Welcome, streamers, closers, everybody, to a very special master class, the influencer attraction system. To a very special master class, attraction system. So very good. I am indeed live. For you streamers, the first portion will be streamed as a preview. And if you want the full masterclass, I'm going to put a link in the pinned comments right now. Okay, simply head over to seansena.com/influencer. And anytime you are ready to join us for the full thing, you get lifetime access to the replays, lifetime access to the worksheets. Okay, check out the pinned comment. Okay. If you're watching live, give me a hashtag live in the chat. I see Jimmy is on. Good morning. It's morning our time. If you're watching the replay, which a lot of you will be, as you're probably still asleep right now, give me a hashtag replay when you come on. Let me know where you're tuning in from and what do you close for, or what do you aspire to close for, because this training is especially for high ticket closes. This masterclass is for you if your end goal is to close remotely full time. When I say full time, okay, my definition is that during this phase, closing is your main focus. You're here to build a professional career. You're not here to dabble. You're not here to try. You're not here to be curious. Okay, if that's you and you're committed to building this business, that's what it is. It is your business. Okay, give me a hashtag closer in the chat. Hashtag closer. Okay, if this is your main focus and it's not some kind of a plan B, you know, the attitude makes a huge difference. I understand sometimes the fear and the unknown can be really overwhelming. Okay. But if you want to succeed in this business, this cannot be some kind of a plan B. Okay. If you have tried closer programs, sales training here and there, you've already been through a few of those. And in theory, what they say sounds fantastic. The hype, it feels great. Okay, but when you execute, it's not the same. Right? If you want to make this work, then this masterclass is for you. You are at the right place. In this masterclass, you will learn what it means to be what I call a self-sufficient closer. Okay, my definition of self-sufficient, it means if you were to lose everything overnight, you would easily know where to fish, how to fish. You will never have problems having a skill that you can depend on, receiving commissions every month. Like today, I can build my business happily from a place of passion, from a place of fulfillment, because I have that security knowing even if I were to lose everything, I can always go back and use what I'm about to teach you and attract the right influences at will. What is up, Elaine? Elaine is on. Okay, Elaine, if you want to hop on the Zoom, it's already open. Okay, so for paid members, the Zoom is open for you. Okay, otherwise, this initial part, okay, serves as a free preview for you to see what is happening and what do you really need to get to the next level and why this is different. Okay, no more getting stuck. No more getting stuck. I see John is on. Great to have you here. You see, I know that you've been following my work for two reasons. One, you know that I'm the mind guy, and you know that without the mind, you can't do anything. And number two, you know that I am one of you. I'm exactly the same as you. I'm not a guru, I'm not a teacher. I'm a simple man from Singapore that got stuck in my martial arts business, no sales experience, and I learned how to do this. And one of the main things I figured out is okay, I don't want to be stuck and I don't want to be, you see, a lot of reasons closers are stuck is they don't understand how to brand and present themselves. Who was the most memorable closer that you know is closing remotely full time, has the closing chops, and is unforgettable? You can probably count with your hands. And that's exactly my point because I want you to have what I call your unique selling brand. When people think of your name, when you are not in the room and people mention your name, that is you. They're already sold on you as a closer. That's how powerful having that brand is. Because when I started branding myself and people started talking about me, and they said, "Oh, Sean is so disciplined, he's so consistent," and I'm like, "Really?" And then everyone started saying it, and I was like, "Why?" And I realized that I was responsible for creating that image. Okay, now is that a real part of me? Okay, it is because I was just showing what I was doing on a daily basis, just like how you guys are seeing my content every day. And people started talking, they started sharing. And as my reputation grew, I had a huge advantage. Every time I applied to positions, I always had that huge advantage. Okay, and that's what this masterclass is going to give you. If you feel like, oh, I have all the pieces dialed in, but I just don't know how to brand and express myself, okay, then you want to pay close attention because being generic is only going to keep you stuck. And if at the end of this training, you want more help at a deeper level that's personalized to you, to your pains, to your struggles, to your inner maze that you can't walk out of, okay, I'll have a very special offer for you at the end. So pay close attention to that. You're going to learn how to rise above all the other generic closes. Go to LinkedIn and do a search. You will see 44,000 of closes that look and sound the same. My question is, where are you? Okay, how do you differentiate and distinguish yourself from the pack and represent yourself, present and express yourself as an A plus closer? You want an A plus influencer? You have to be an A plus closer. Otherwise, you're not going to meet. No matter how you try, no matter how they try, you just can't meet. Okay, it's what I call a frequency split. A frequency split. You can't find each other. There's different channels. You're going to learn how to become irreplaceable, unfireable. Okay? And my vision for you, which is the same for all my students, and they're already doing this, is to be the star closer on your team. And I don't just want you to bring in the money. I want you to enjoy and derive the ultimate sense of fulfillment and satisfaction in this career, because that's how I've been able to stay in this game longer than all my peers, because I genuinely enjoy what I do, and the money just comes as a byproduct. Okay, if you are following so far, give me a following in the chat. My promise to you is by the end of this masterclass, you will acquire a step-by-step system to land your ideal influencer. You're going to have your irresistible personal brand. You're going to start attracting high quality opportunities, become a top performing closer, and ultimately, I want you to be able to proudly tell yourself, okay, that I have the identity, I have the strategy, I have the skills of a six-figure closer. I am a six-figure closer. Okay. Before we get started, okay, shut out all distractions. Okay, this is not your regular training. This is the answer. This is the system. Hey, I wish I had this masterclass when I just graduated from my closer program, but I didn't. But my peers didn't. Okay, so shut out all distractions and focus. Okay, if you have had some trainings before, okay, I'm not asking you to throw them away. Just put them aside for now and listen to what I have to share. And take out a journal right now, take out a notebook, pull out a Google Doc, because if you don't take notes, you won't be able to follow. A lot of these concepts are going to be new to you. Okay, because if everyone knew these concepts, they will all be doing it. They're kind of doing it because they started to catch on what I was teaching on branding, on mindset, and it will sound similar, but it is not the same. Because I don't teach from theory. Whatever I'm teaching you now, I am doing it for my own closing career. When you see my students' results, when you see my results, it's not typical. Okay, we made the sacrifice. So ask yourself, coming into this space, coming into this training, am I here to keep my old results? Do I really want my old way of life? Now, some people, they're on the fence. Why? Because facing my goals is sacred. Facing my paradigm is difficult. So a lot of people don't want to go there. Not everyone becomes a champion. But one thing is for sure, if you don't want the old patterns to repeat, then something has to change. And that starts with your intention. So ask yourself, what is the intention and energy that I want to have coming into this training, coming into the future after this training? Because I don't want this to be another training where you just watch and then you go back to the old way of life. Okay, I want success stories. Okay, so set the intention. I'm going to break the old pattern. I'm going to make the leap. I'm going to move forward into the new year with a brand new way of doing things. Okay, you always have a choice. Okay, now, does this sound like you? You came into remote closing because the other options just don't will work for you. You don't believe in e-commerce, copywriting, crypto, starting your own business, because you know that at your best, your zone of genius is in direct communication. It's in shifting beliefs. It's in expressing yourself. It's in creating change by communicating. So you know that, okay, I could really try all those other things, but what I really want is to close securely with the team. That you know, as long as my closing chops are dialed in, as long as my identity is dialed in, getting commissions, it's not a problem. And you want to be that closer. You want to be that self-sufficient closer. And you are a motivated action taker. However, the current roadmap that you've been walking for the past 6 months, maybe even a year, maybe even years, it hasn't been working out. And you're thinking to yourself, why? Why have I consumed all this theory? I've seen the videos, I've done the training, and why isn't it working out? What's wrong? Do you feel like when I attend classes, when I study videos, it's great. The theory is great, it's fun, and the hype, the energy, wow, fantastic. And then once the class ends, it's like, huh? What do I do? And you know how I know? Because my peers and I, once we graduated from our favorite program, we were like, yay, we did it, we graduated. And then we celebrated, and then wait a minute, what the hell do we do next? That's why I can understand when a lot of you graduate from whatever program you come from, the first question you ask me is, do you have a job? And then how to find an influencer? And I know. And it's ridiculous because you joined the Closer program and they didn't teach you how to do this. So why did you join? And I know it sounds ridiculous, but the reality is all of us went through the same thing. And it seems like the harder you try, the more confusing and demoralizing it gets. That's why some closers, which those are not my ideal clients, they are like, I'm not going to try because that way it becomes less confusing and less pain. Okay, if that is you, okay, you can stop this training right away. This is not for you. If you're unwilling to face your internal and external challenges head on, this you will not last very long, maybe a few weeks in this game. Okay, that's the sad reality. I've seen hundreds of closers come and go. If you can't stomach the challenge, okay, go try something else. Okay, do you feel, for those of you that are serious, do you feel that the theories and framework is great, but when I execute, it becomes this dark tunnel. Like, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I do? So inside, secretly, you feel alone. What kind of path is this? There's no support for me. No one understands me. Even my own family doesn't know what I do. You feel secretly fearful. And the whole time you're just doubting, is all of this even legit? Am I legit? Are you secretly terrified that if you don't do something about this soon, eventually you just have to surrender, give up, and go back to the life of a job that you absolutely hate, and have your friends, your family, or even yourself secretly mock that initial commitment to do this online thing, that you'll never have the financial success that you dream of? The real problem is that none of these things are the real key factors. The real problem is you haven't made what I call the shifts. Okay. There are at least 5 to 7 shifts in this training today, okay, that we're going to go through. And once you make them, you'll develop a newfound sense of confidence inside of you. This is not a loud, like rah rah kind of thing. This is a deep self belief that, okay, I am there. Okay, I have something now. Okay, I can do this, right? The results are coming in. My confidence is going up. You'll know that I am a 6-figure closer. And it's not just something you say, it's how you live. Like everything you do, the discipline, the focus, the ability, your performance, you're just this new athlete and this new sense of identity as a champion closer. This new paradigm, it's going to be in everywhere and everything you do. So your skills, your energy, it just radiates with this new proud, happy, confident you. And everything in your life, everyone will feel it. Your family and friends will just feel it without you saying. Influencers will feel it too. They will reach out. My student, Elaine, every week, people are reaching out to her. She does not have to chase. You don't have to chase. And other closers will start to wonder, what the hell? Like, how does this happen? What is your secret? Every day, you will perform in the flow. And results come, like what I tell my students, magic. Magic. You'll be able to buy what you want, take a family out for wonderful meals, buy them what they need. When you're not closing, you can happily pursue your passions, whether it's starting a family, whether it's getting your own place. And the best part, this whole thing is all thanks to the internet. I love the internet. Do you love the internet? Let me know in the comments. My vision for you after today's masterclass, that's why I'm really happy for those of you that managed to get in. I feel so happy for you because I really wish I had this training 3, 4 years ago. But the sad reality is we did not. We were just buying the next thing after the next thing after the next thing, hoping that it will be the thing. But that's not how it works. You, my friend, you have to be the thing. But we didn't know how. So now I'm going to show you how. And my vision for you is very simple. My vision for you is I want you to be able to say to yourself internally that I know who I am now. I know why I'm doing this. I believe in my ability to succeed. It's just in you now. When you walk into a room, when you walk out of the room, it's like you don't need to say anything. Everyone knows that you are there. And once you have that thing, even if it's just a little bit, influencers want your help because they don't want to run a risk of hiring a 7-week closer that is unproven. Hey, I believe if some of you run your own businesses, right? Would you want a generic, inexperienced closer to burn your leads away? I'm sure you wouldn't want that as well. If some of you are business owners, you know what I'm saying. But once you have this thing, this self-belief, this comes as a simple, direct buy product. Okay? The only problem is a lot of closers just want to chase after this and they're not willing to make the sacrifice. So that's too bad. And they will have to stay stuck. And it is what it is. Brief introduction in case you don't know who I am. If this is your first time seeing my work, I am just the same as any other closer you've seen out there. Nothing special. I've seen an ad, I saw the opportunity, and I was like, okay, if I can make this work, I don't have to suffer in a job. I can design my life. And I've been so fortunate to have the best influencers to coach me over the last 3-4 years. And today, when closers need help, I understand. I completely understand. And my strength is to help closers destroy limiting beliefs. I help you believe in yourself again. I help you turn your paradigm around. Because you and I both know if that doesn't change, nothing changes. And it's not just that, it is a lifestyle. It's supposed to be in everything you do, not just on the phone. It's everything. My inspirations, I am a Jeet Kune Do instructor. I'm a huge practitioner of the Master Key system. Quite a lot of the things you'll learn from me is from the Master Key system. And like I was saying, I am so grateful for the internet. And if you want to know my full story, as well as whatever my students are doing, just head over to SeanSena.com and you will see my personal results, as well as whatever my students have achieved. Okay, it's all over here. Okay. And a quick shout out to my team members. On the right is my beautiful wife, Andrea. She's been responsible for helping me so much on the back end to grow and manage this business. And on the left is Mr. Jay Lee from New York. I've known him for as long as I've been closing. Okay, today he's my client success manager. So if you see the both of them running around in the groups, okay, or around my network, okay, these are my team members. Okay, so you can also speak with them anytime you need support. Okay. How did I discover what I'm about to share with you today? Before I was a closer, injuries forced me to retire from my old way of life. My girlfriend of 2 years left. So what was once my world overnight, I wasn't going to the gym anymore. I wasn't coaching my students anymore. I wasn't with anyone anymore. I was just alone, sitting on my bed, looking at the wall, and my world was gone. And I was like, okay, I'm moving into my 30s. What's the plan? I have a degree. Should I go get a job? I can't pursue sports and martial arts anymore. So what's the plan? And for the next 3 years, I focused 100% on closing full time. I don't know about you, but I haven't really seen a lot of people do that. And it's not an easy path in the beginning. And I'm sure all of us will agree. But what I've put together is not a bunch of theory. What you're about to see is the highs and lows that I've gone through, the practical execution, things that anyone can do. I love to joke with my students that what I've created I can train a monkey to set appointments. I can train a monkey to close because I want to create something that's duplicable. It can be repeated. That's my vision for this program. That it doesn't matter what country you're from, doesn't matter what limitations you have. If you do exactly as I share, you will see predictable results. And I wasn't that sure in the beginning. I was sure of myself, but I wasn't sure if my students could do it because they didn't have the self-belief. They were breaking down every other week from the stress, from the overwhelm, because they sacrificed. They sacrificed big time to make this work. And whatever theory that their coaches were teaching, their coaches didn't even close full time. So I don't know, how do you teach someone? How do you coach someone to do what you didn't do? That's ridiculous. And so they struggled because they didn't have that direction. And in the beginning, I wasn't sure that it was going to work for them. So I told them, this is what works for me, and you go and do it. And week after week, they put in the work. When they had a roadblock, I would hold their hand, I would coach them, I would support them. And then after about 1-2 months, suddenly the opportunities came. Magic. Suddenly the cash started to come in. Magic. And now their relationships, in the beginning, you know how it is, right? When you make all these sacrifices to get into this game, your family and friends start to doubt you, right? And then a lot of the relationships go downhill, right? It was the same for all my students. It was the same for me. And now their relationships with their family is so much better. Their relationship with their spouse is so much better. So when I say that closing is a lifestyle, this is exactly what it is. So this formula, this shifts, you can summarize it with 3 simple A's. Okay, I'm going to type in the chat right now. Okay, number 1, it's ascend. Okay, number 2, it's attract. And number 3 is ace. I want you to write these 3 A's down and look at the 3 A's, because I want you to see if you only have 2, if you only have 1, if you don't have all 3, your structure is not going to hold. And I want you to understand why I'm saying that. Ascend is about your brand. Attract is about your relationships. Ace is about your performance. You cannot miss any one of the 3. And if you are stuck right now, if you have been stuck, there's a very high chance that one of your A's is missing. Okay, so once again, if you don't just want the preview, you want the full masterclass, head over to seansena.com/influencer, get the $97 now, and then you can hop on a Zoom and stay for the whole thing. You're going to get access to the entire members area. Don't know if you can see from your screen. Okay, you get access, lifelong access to the replay. Okay, you get all the training. One of you asked me yesterday, like, what is the best way I can absorb from this training? And my answer is here. Okay, it's in the worksheets, it's in the resources. These are just the tools. The real growth that you have is going to come from applying. Like you listening to me talk right now, it's not going to change your life. You have to keep these resources at the back of your hand. and practice on them every day. Without guidance, I took 4.5 months to hit my first 10K month. That's without guidance. Okay, with guidance, my students are collecting cash in about 1 to 2 months. And I don't want you to focus on the cash because every time a closer does that, they lose. I want you to focus on the process. Okay, and all the process is going to be here. Okay, so this is the members area. If you go to seansena.com/influencer right now, okay, you can get access to the whole thing. You keep everything, and the real weapons are in here. This is how you use to build your muscle. Okay, if you are not getting this, okay, then I hope you are learning from someone, you are doing something. 6 months from now, when I check in, I hope that you are still not in the same place, being gigless. Okay, because now the answer is being delivered to you on a silver platter. I think for this formula, the investment is super reasonable. Okay, how much time? Okay, your time is essentially your life. How much life are you going to save by having this proven formula? Okay, go and close yourself. Okay. The first A is to ascend. Ascend means to rise above, and to rise above all the other closers, 44,000. Go to LinkedIn and do a search right now. Okay, type high ticket closer. See all results. It's not even 44, it's 45. It's 45 now. And just go to page 100. Okay, or if you want, just a random page, maybe 93. Okay, I'm not going to point out names, but you see, it's an ocean of closes. Who is who? Who has done what? How do I know? How do you know? And where are you inside? 45,000 closes out there. What makes you different? And when I put a green star, it means there is homework to do. Okay, so once I'm done with all the sharing the 3As, okay, I'm going to open up the worksheets. Okay, I'm going to walk you through all the questions because like you consuming the theory right now, there's no use. No athlete is born from theory. So if you see a green star, there's work to be done, and we're going to do it together. And if you have joined the masterclass, I want to see your work. Is that clear? I want you to print out the worksheets, do it, and send me your answers. Otherwise, there's no way for you to change. But once I see your answers, I know how to guide you. Okay, if you're passive, you're not the kind of person that takes silent action, okay, then that is no one's fault. What makes you different? How will you stand out? Why do you stand out? Okay, in fact, I'm just going to pull out a worksheet right now. Successful closers do what I call they display competence. Give me a competence in the chat. Imagine you are a business owner. You have all these leads in your pipeline, hundreds and hundreds of leads in your pipeline. If you have a B minus closer versus an A plus closer, this directly affects the bottom line of your business. And your business is just going to affect your livelihood. So for a closer, for a business owner to let an appointment setter or closer come into their business, it is quite a vulnerable decision to make because we don't know who is going to We don't know who is going to burn all the leads away and who's going to deliver. So I want you to think of what is it about you that all the other closers don't have. And I don't want you to write the answers down. I want you to write the question down. Because over time, when you revisit these questions, you'll start to see a different side of you that you didn't even know is your strength. For example, for me, I'm a certified Jeet Kune Do instructor. I have a direct 3-chain lineage to Bruce Lee. My teacher learned from Ted Wong, who learned directly from Bruce Lee. So I have the direct lineage. I'm part of the JKD lineage family tree. And that I feel makes me unique because I earned those stripes. I'm a competitive fencer. I haven't met a closer who's a competitive fencer in the same weapon group. This makes me unique, I feel. And it's not just my strengths. I used to be very skinny. I still am right now. But the difference is I am much fitter and healthier today. I used to be very weak. I will always fall sick. And because of that, I had no confidence in myself. And I feel that makes me unique. And because of that, I focused on studying the mind. Okay, this is what makes me different. Okay? Like I said, when you see a green star, it means that there's work to do. What are the values from here that makes you different? Because of my martial arts training, I'm disciplined. Because of my history, I know what it's like to want more. Because of me studying the mind for the last 11 years, sometimes I feel like I know the mindset niche better than even some of the influencers out there. Okay, and why does this make you stand out as a closer? Not anything else, but as a closer. How does this lead to your competence? Because I'm physically weak, I have to use my mind. Because I've been investing a lot myself, I understand what it's like to be a consumer. I understand the consumer journey inside and out. So together, all these things, it goes into my substance. I'm not just flapping my gums and talking about the sushi I ate yesterday. When I express myself, I'm not sharing some funny meme that's not related to closing. When I express myself, I'm not posting some stupid selfie that I took with a friend at a club. Like these things, they do not display competence. They're not even related to closing. You know what I'm saying? So if you sum up each sentence with one word, I would call it strategic or high end or self mastery. And this process, now you can write more if you like, but not less. Okay. The more you go into your brand, you realize that your brand is not an external thing. Because too many people think that, oh, a brand is an external thing, and that is not true. The more I went into my brand, the more I realized that, hey, I have a certain set of strength. Like Christian is saying, I have excellent listening skills. Do you not think that that is a weapon when you're on the phone? Don't underestimate yourself. Just because your family and friends don't see these things in you It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. A lot of you are incredibly talented at something. You just, because it's natural to you, you don't see it as a big deal. But some of the things when I see you do, I'm like, wow. It's just that you don't know how to relate it to closing. So the deeper you go into your brand, the more you will discover your inner power. That, wait a minute, I spent so many years in this thing. I can analyze stuff. I can put things together. I can break things down. Now, you think it's normal. I don't think it's normal. Because eventually, when you are able to use these skills in closing, you will have a huge advantage. You just need to know how to link it to closing. So I was like, okay, I have these three, and I don't want to be, 45,000. So once I got into this game, and by the way, a lot of you will say, oh, but I have no experience. Hey, 6 weeks into my training, I started taking these photos. This is me with no experience, my friends. This is me with no experience. And I said, you know what? Since I have these values and these strengths, I am not a high ticket closer. You guys can call yourself high ticket closers, that there's 45,000 of you. There will only be one strategic closer. And I had the balls to do that at the time. I had no experience. I haven't slapped my one-page website on. The formula is simple. Your niche, okay, write this down, your niche plus high ticket sales plus your specialty equals your unique selling brand. So guys, 6 months from now, I don't want to see generic shit on your profile. Not just Facebook, but anything to do with your name. I want it to be your unique selling brand. And this takes time to craft. Your first draft is going to be shit. That's the way it is. Don't tell me, oh, I'm so afraid that, this might happen. Oh, I'm so afraid that might happen. If you're so afraid, don't close. Okay, I used to get kicked in the face for a living. Now, you and I, we are just sitting behind a keyboard. What can happen? Come on. That's ridiculous. I want you to spend 30 minutes daily on topics. Study. 30 minutes daily. And when I say study, I don't mean watch videos. Okay, books, videos, programs, courses are fine, but I want you to immerse with consistency, because that is the only way you can reprogram your subconscious with this new information. Otherwise, it's going to stay as information. I want you to absorb it to a point, okay, where it is one with you. Immersion. Please, please, please give me a hashtag immersion in the chat, because I really want to drive this home. Like, knowing is not enough. Don't lie to yourself. Knowing is not enough. I want you to repeat it to a point where you're so deep into what you study. That's the only way you can have the substance. Okay, 30 minutes a day. Don't be ambitious and oh, I'm gonna do 6 hours. Okay. This is a long game, my friend. If you can just give me 30 short minutes a day, you will go a long, long way, because you genuinely enjoy the study. This is not school. I want you to genuinely enjoy the study. And I want you to divide it evenly. Okay, the first one, your niche. Okay, some of you want to close for like spiritual niche. Some of you want to do for, solar panels, cryptocurrency, medicine. Like you guys specialize in different things. Along the way, you might close for a different thing. And that is fine because I want you to build experience. Okay, but I want you to dominate one. It's fine. It's fine if your first one, two, or three opportunities, you are not in your ideal niche. That's fine because I want you to learn. But even then, I still want you to dominate one niche because that will give you the confidence. So don't tell me that, oh, I have no experience. This is the exact formula I used when I had no experience. And I got results very quickly. Okay, you need to focus on studying high ticket sales. Okay, and because you are a closer, so you need to study that daily. Okay, and when I say your specialty, okay, like my specialty is in strategy. And this one is not directly related to sales. It's not even related to my niche, but it's my way of thinking. This is the X factor. Some of you are, give me an X factor in the chat, please, because I want you to understand what I'm saying. Some of you are engineers. Some of you are great parents. Some of you are great with sports. Like you guys, you have one thing that stands out. Now, even if you don't believe that, oh, really? But that is so like normal for me. Yeah, it's normal to you. It's not normal for me. I can't cook. I'm not a parent yet. I'm not very good with math. But some of you, you are really good at one thing. And I don't want you to underestimate it because when you are able to tap into this specialty, and it really works two ways. One is when you link it to closing, you become a weapon because a lot of things will start to open up in your mind. A lot of techniques will come to you because you start to see the parallels with communication. That is one part of it. The other part is more of the external when you present yourself. Like a lot of times, just by talking about martial arts, the influencer is already closed. Because in his mind, it's like, oh, if he's a martial arts instructor and he's closing, oh, he's matured, oh, he's dependable. So you'll have this extra thing that sticks out. So yeah, if you're like Christian is saying, I'm creative and understanding, or like I know you go to the gym very often. So if you're able to just express that side of you, you will be so different from the 45,000 who are just vanilla. Okay. So when you study, okay, I don't just want you to study, I want you to synthesize. You know, photosynthesis, the plant, they take carbon dioxide, they take the nutrients from the soil, they take sunlight, three different ingredients. But when they produce, what do they produce? They produce oxygen, a completely different compound formula, a completely different thing. And that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to absorb from all these different sources, 30 minutes a day. If you don't enjoy studying, you won't become a very good closer. So I'm sorry to say, you have to sit down and you have to fucking study. Synthesize, which means make it your own, make it original. Please, no plagiarism. I see plagiarism, I'm going to kick you out. And then I want you to share. This, if you have no experience, this is the only way you can build substance. I see a lot of closers. I think their coaches caught on to what I was doing. And then they started telling their closers, oh, you have to post, you have to have mindset, you have to post. And their students are posting every day, sometimes even every few hours, one post. But the content has no substance. And then they come to ask me, why are the opportunities I attract not ideal? And I'm like, of course, you are executing on theory that doesn't work. The results show it because the content is generic. It doesn't stand out. It doesn't stick out. It doesn't have competence. It doesn't demonstrate substance. Substance is anything that solves, add, and optimize. Okay. A significant part in an influencer's business. Solve, add, and optimize. Okay. For those of you, if you have experience, that's great. Talk about it. Share your wins. Okay. Do a little bit of a flex. You understand what I'm saying? Start with this, use this method, and the next thing I'm going to teach, the influencer cycle. And the third thing I'm going to teach, KPI mastery. To land your first legit, stable, lucrative sales opportunity. Now, even if your first one is not ideal, it's okay. Get into the team, focus on learning, focus on honing your skills. Okay, you are honing your skills on someone else's dime. Because you up level, your next influencer will up level. Because you up level, your third influencer will up level. Give yourself 6 months to a year doing this, not waiting. 6 months to a year doing this, not procrastinating. And when the A plus influencer comes, it came from my student Andrew. He was fully prepared. No more self-sabotage because he already been through this process. And hey, this is a formula that has worked for me. I don't know the other formulas that they are circulating around. Okay, if it's coming from theory, okay, good luck. Okay, you discern and decide for yourself. If you skip this, okay, you will eventually have to figure out the same formula, maybe worded differently, but it's the same thing. Okay, you can go to Sena.live strategic closer. Okay, you can reference this, but hey, it has happened before. Okay, someone copied our work. And when I confronted the person, okay, the person say, oh, I didn't know what to write. That is a horrible excuse, okay, for copying our stuff. Okay, so this is a dummy profile that I created to demonstrate to my students, okay, how to brand and differentiate yourself. Instagram is down for now. If you head over to instagram.com, MasterClose, okay, you will see my legit work from 3-4 years ago. Okay, so yes, you can draw from these examples, but hey, believe in your own style. Okay, don't plagiarize. If you plagiarize, you are telling your subconscious that you don't believe in yourself. Okay, and that's not what I want my students to do. Yeah, I know the other coaches are starting to catch on. Okay, but at the end of the day, substance is substance. If you have it, you have it. You can't copy your way to substance. You can't brand yourself to substance. And yes, Christian, focus on this process. Okay, you cannot brand and copy your way to substance. Substance is substance is substance. Believe in your own style. Okay, I don't want to have to kick you out from any of my programs because you plagiarized. Okay. Some of these guys, I share my influences, my success stories. They started messaging my influencers and pitch them. Okay, and I know because I was in one of the inbox. Okay, so come on, get your own influencer. Okay, stop doing these. Stop making generic posts that are spammy and have no value. Some of you are just sharing like videos, you didn't do it, you didn't create it. It's not relevant to closing. It's very enjoyable to you. I know. It's very important to you. I understand. Okay, but you are not here to share those things. Not now. They have no value. It's super enjoyable to you and maybe a few of your friends. But your brand overall, you are not here to do that. So please, no food photos, no like stupid selfies with friends. Okay, don't share memes and works from others. Be original and focus on serving your ideal audience. If you have no influencer, your influencer is your audience. No more generic or needy comments. Hey, yesterday my wife just changed her profile photo, right? Yesterday. So as a joke, imagine if this is a girl that I want to date, and then you see what I did? I came here and I commented interested. How do you think that makes me look? If we were strangers and I wanted to get her attention, you think it's ridiculous, okay? But you go to any closer group right now, you will see like thousands and thousands of this. How does that make me look? And why do you do it? Who is teaching you to do it? Since when has anyone ever landed a gig by doing this? Okay, so no generic comments, no needy comments. Like behaving like this just says that you have got nothing going on in your life. Okay. If you don't want to be the 45,000, don't do the 45,000. Do you. Okay. Don't orbit around. Orbiting around influencers is not valid. Once I asked a closer, why do you keep, tagging influencers in your posts and calling them out, like shouting them out? He said, oh, I am adding value. And I was like, what? Which program taught you to do that? I said, Sean, I'm adding value. That is harassment. Okay. Don't waste time. Now, role play is important, but like hiding in the role play is a different matter. Okay. Hiding in the videos, that's a different matter. And then when it doesn't work, you slack off. Okay. You have some days you have high motivation, then you lose motivation, and then you just try. Oh, this is what I call pretend. These are the pretenders. This happens because they have no consistent vehicle or system to build themselves up. And the real reason that closers stay in this comfort zone is because they were never trained to build substance. If your coach has substance, you will have substance. There's no such thing as the teacher has substance, the student have no substance. And your energy always leaks. And the influencers can smell this. Just by you showing up with a profile photo and whatever you type, immediately your vibe will hit the influencer very subconsciously. It's the same for you. I'm sure when you are trying to add or talk to people, like just the vibe, once it hits you, you're like, wait a minute, something is off, or this is great, or something is off, or this is great, right? It's very subconscious. Okay. Write this down. Your content needs to be consistent. Your content needs to be consistent. Your content needs to be visible. And when I say visible, I want you to be growing your audience. You can't just keep posting to a same group of 50 people. Okay, and your content needs to have substance. That's how the influencers respect you. That's how they are able to negotiate with you because they know that you are the one that's going to deliver. That's when you have that leverage. Write the words in blue down and make sure you build it. Okay, once again, if you head over to the strategic closer, okay, Sena.live/strategic closer. Jay, I just saw a Jay enter my room. Is that you? If that's you, give me a yes in the chat and I'll approve you. Okay, Sena.live/strategic closer. You will see demonstrations of everything that I am teaching you right now. Because a lot of you will be, okay, got you, Jay. A lot of you will be asking, how do I do what you're doing? Okay, so this is the example. Don't copy my work, please. Okay, so don't tell me I have no experience because all these examples, okay, is from a time where I had no experience. Okay, since when did I say you need experience? All these things that I show, since when do you need experience? Okay, of course, if you have experience, please use it. Okay, so this part I've already addressed in the worksheet. Okay, I want you to create your own theme. Okay, and these worksheets, it's not a one-time thing. Over the weeks, you will edit it. Over the weeks, you will grow into your power. Over the weeks, you'll be confident in your voice. There's only one J. You know, you're from Korea, you have a PhD in acupuncture, you're a smart guy, you have closed tons of deals before. Right? There's only one of you. You just need to express it. Okay, using the formula. Okay. A lot of you will be like, I'm not confident. Okay. You have to start somewhere. Okay. Even if you pee in your pants while making your first post, I'm sorry, you have to do it. Okay. Like I said, this is just the keyboard. There's nothing to be afraid of. No one's going to punch you. Okay. The second A is to attract. And influencer attraction is about relationships. Guys, give me a hashtag relationship in the chat. This is something that a lot of closers don't understand because you're thinking of taking subconsciously, not consciously, but subconsciously, you are thinking of taking. Relationships are strong because both parties choose to give first. We can't make others give. We can't do that. But we can choose to give first. And you'll be asking, okay, fine, I'm going to give first. What do I give? You don't harass people. You don't orbit around them. You don't do like generic comments. What you give must be value. And value is not what most closers think it is. There was once a closer came to me and he just outright told me, Sean, I want to add value to you. How can I add value to you? Okay, this is harassment. Okay, when there's tons of messages in my inbox, this is harassment. Okay, or if it's not harassment, you will just be buried in the sea of leads and conversations. And at the time, this one guy, he said, Sean, Can I be your assistant? In exchange, I will be your student. What the hell? That's like me going to Andrea and saying, hey, how about in exchange for being your husband, you become my wife? What the hell? So a lot of closers, I realized that they don't understand what is value. Value, write this down, is anything that solves or adds or optimizes a significant part of the business. And most of the time, it's going to be their sales division. If you are not doing this, then I'm sorry, like you showing up all the time, it's harassment. And they know it. Okay, when a pretty girl knows that she's attractive and people start to message, and show up and oh, ha, ha, ha. Okay, they know it. They know they are attractive and they know what you're trying to do. The influencers can totally feel that as well. And it's repulsive. That's hurting your brand. Okay. Value is not orbiting, it's not commenting, it's not harassing. Solve, add, optimize. This is the SAO framework that I teach my students. Okay, then your next question will be, but what do I solve? How do I solve? It goes back to having substance. That's why I say you have to study. If you have experience, you will know how to solve, right? Like for me, I have built sales teams. I have recruited closers. I have trained closers. I know how to do it. So when I come into the picture, I know how to do what the newer closers don't know how to do. So if you have experience, then you have substance. If you don't have experience, you need to study, you need to practice, you need to fail forwards. This is not something you can buy. You cannot come to me and Sean, can I buy substance from you? I can train you, I can coach you, but you cannot download this on the internet. Life experience, you cannot think of shortcuts and downloading it. This is a very weak mentality. This is the kind of mentality that keeps closers stuck. If subconsciously you're thinking, I want to be as successful as some of the better closers I know, where can I buy that? And you might think this is ridiculous, but I've heard this question before. There was once a lady, she saw my sales team and me in person, and then she was like, you have a sales team? Where can I buy that? Where can I get that? And I was like, oh, just go to Amazon and you type sales team and then there's a free shipping. Just kidding. I did not say that, but it's ridiculous. These are things that we build. These are things that we failed so many times. We made so many mistakes. We got screwed so many times, so many rejections, so many ups and downs. And then we are like, okay, that doesn't work. This works. This is experience points. This is substance. So if you are branding yourself, and at the end of the day, you don't study, you don't accumulate experience points because you're afraid of pain, And this is not for you, because you cannot brand your way to substance. All clear? Okay, the next thing I'm going to teach is the influencer cycle. Okay, but it's way past the 1 hour mark, so I'm going to stop the live stream. Okay, if you want access to the full training, I'm going to continue for probably about another 2 more hours. Okay, there's tons of training that I have to go through. Lifelong access to this replay, so you can study it until you internalize the system. By now, I hope you can see this is a proven, actionable formula, not theory. This is the thing that's going to break you out of the comfort zone of your practice mode. So I hope that those of you that got in, Dawn, Renuka, Christian, I hope you're feeling happy because you obviously made the right decision. There's still tons of 5 more things that we haven't go through. If you want access to the whole thing, lifelong access to the replay and all the tools that you can use to build your closer confidence, head over to seana.com/influencer. Okay, check the pinned comments. That's SenaCloser.com. Even Sean Sena is a carefully thought out brand. Okay. Head over to seansena.com/influencer. Get the thing now. Send me a DM on Facebook saying you're in, and then hop over to my Zoom. I will send you my Zoom link and continue training with me right here, right now. Okay, if you're watching the replay, get the replay. I know what it's like to navigate in the darkness. The best way for me to coach you, the best way for me to get you results is to train. I need the time to train you. Because I'm a martial arts instructor, I know that acquiring that mastery, whether it's my fencing students, whether it's my JKD students, whether it's my closer students, I know I need time to bring out the best in you. You can't buy success. You need to give me the time to train you. Okay, so head over to seansena.com/influencer. Get the masterclass now so that by Christmas this year or whenever you're watching this, you can proudly say to yourself that I know what I'm doing. I really don't want you to circle around doing what the other closers are doing. If it's not working, change your strategy. Okay? If you need extra support and guidance, you can always drop me a message on Messenger, okay, and I will be here for you. Okay, so for those of you that are in, we're going to continue. Okay, those of you that want in, get the masterclass now, send me a DM, okay, and I will approve you into the Zoom room.